Welcome back to the Realty and Realty. If you're new, welcome. I'm Cassie.
Hi, Nicole.
I'm shy.
And if you've been here before, then thanks for coming back. Like and subscribe. Yeah.
Yeah, ring the fucking bell.
Yeah. So you get notifications on when we post. So last week we covered the true crime case of Jennifer Dulos and her shit husband Fotis. And it seemed to be that you guys liked that. So we're going to start this episode with a spooky story. It's from Reddit Scary Stories. It's titled The Williams Family, a True Scary Story. I was a 23-year-old college student who just recently got my real estate license. I was looking at listings near my area and wasn't having luck, so I expanded my search to further out neighborhoods. And I found a beauty of a house, but it was 4 hours away. Having the whole day free, I decided to go and make a trip out of it. I got my license about a couple of months ago, and I learned that traveling far and doing things others wouldn't do sometimes is worth it, making me more money. But after this experience, I never went alone again. I left my apartment at around 3 and got there at 7. I was quite hungry, so I got food. While I was eating, I did a little bit of research on the house to see why it was being sold for so cheap and realized that a family got murmured here and that the husband went missing. Scared as shit, I arrived at the house around 8ish. It was getting dark, so I decided I would quickly check in and out and head back. But if only I knew the mistake I was making. I opened the real estate app for the code and opened the door lock, entering the house. Entering the house, I noticed some lights on, which isn't odd to see, but I just felt something was different about this house. Not thinking much of it, I started looking around. A quick note, this house was a mansion, like 4 stories and 9 bathrooms. It was listed for $800,000, while a house this size is normally anywhere between 3 and 5 million, depending on location. As I was looking around, I heard some noises coming from the house, but I decided to ignore it, thinking it was the wind because it was a windy day. Walking around the house, I noticed a horrible smell coming from the basement. At first, I thought an animal had died, but the closer I got, the worse the smell got. As I headed downstairs, I heard footsteps and froze in fear as I realized that the noises I was hearing wasn't wind. I yelled out, "Hello?" in an angry voice, hoping to scare off anyone there, but I tried to pretend that I was just hearing things. Scared shitless, I decided not to go downstairs. Best decision of my life. When I went upstairs, I heard the scariest thing I'll ever hear in my life. It was a scratchy voice coming from downstairs, screaming to get out of my house. I froze in fear, trying to think where I should run, and in a split second, I saw a tall, lanky figure chasing me from downstairs. I bolted to the front door. It was locked, so I ran to the kitchen and grabbed the key box and threw it at the window and ran out screaming for help as if anyone would hear me. I got into my car and drove out of there without even locking the front door. I then called the cops and waited in a parking lot in the neighborhood. About 15 minutes later, I saw police cars speeding towards the house, so I drove back to answer their questions and to see what the hell happened. I told them everything, and they told me to drive home. I then called them to see if there were any updates, but they never told me anything. About a month ago, I was reading an article an article about a mass murderer escaping and was stunned to see the same neighborhood as the one house I was in. I read the article and it said that a break-in was reported when I was there and that the police found 3 dead bodies in a secret room in a basement and the words written on the wall saying, "If you're reading this, it's too late." The report stated that no one was found and that the previous real estate agents were murdered by an unknown person. To this day, I go to houses with my gun and a friend. I wonder if what I saw was a man or a creature.
That's
Give me
spooky.
goosebumps.
I have goosebumps
Oh
too.
my god! At first, I'm like, "Is this like fiction?" And then
No, it says it's true.
that is fucking crazy.
That's terrifying. If I smelled the smell, I think it would have been like, "Well, I'm out."
Yeah, literally. No.
Yeah. No, she's brave.
Yeah. 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 I don't know. And then the fact that she like threw the lockbox, I'm like, did she throw it to break a window? Because that's what it sounds like.
Yeah,
it sounds like
that,
she threw
yeah.
it to break a window
Yeah.
and jumped the fuck out.
Yeah, because she said the front door was locked.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So scary. I could not even imagine.
Oh my god.
Nope.
No. And like, good for her for going 4 hours to see a house, but also, why did you leave at 3 o'clock?
Yeah.
Maybe she's a night owl.
I don't like to look at houses at night.
Oh yeah, it is creepy.
Like, that's
especially one that big and by yourself.
Yeah, like you're not even taking a buyer there.
Yeah, so that's what I was wondering. Why is she just like looking for funsies?
I don't know. I wonder if she's looking like for herself.
I think she's just excited because she got her license and it's like,
just
cool,
like
I can
going to
go
look
see
at-
all
going
these
to look
like
at
properties. But one, don't leave.
Well, maybe she learned her lesson from that one.
I think she definitely did. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh, shit my pants.
I don't even know what the fuck I would do. I don't know what I would do.
That's like straight out of a horror movie.
Yeah, I don't even have my gun yet. I just have my license. I might have just like crawled into a corner and been like, "Save me."
Probably would have jumped out of a window too. Yeah. Terrifying. I could not.
No, if I smell a smell and I hear footsteps, I'm leaving at that point. I'm all done. I'm not going upstairs.
Oh yeah, no.
Oh, I know. Ignoring the noises. First red flag. Second red flag, the smell coming from the basement. The fact that there was dead agents down there.
That, and it's already a murder house. Like, there's already a red flag. A whole family was murdered here.
Well, she didn't find that out until she had already driven the drive.
True.
But still, yeah. Just bad vibes. Bad vibes.
But also, you have to go into the showing app and like request the showings. So like, how are they not looking for these agents at this property? Like, how did they just like let 3 agents disappear down there?
Maybe they don't follow up with their buyers.
But if you're a missing person,
They're gonna
like
see
somebody's
that
gonna be like, okay,
one.
the last place that they were was showing this property.
Oh yeah, I guess that's true, huh?
Because I mean, you can't just like die and. I mean, I guess you can, but I'd look for you guys.
Thank you.
I would look for
I
you
would
guys
look for you
too. Are you ready for another scary story? Okay. Lady in the room. So this still baffles me. When I was a kid, we moved into a new house. And while the realtor was showing us around, I saw a lady sitting at a white dresser in a pink room. She even waved at me. When I asked my mom who it was, she just brushed me off because she was trying to listen to the realtor. The weirdest part of this was that once we moved in, we found that there were no rooms painted pink in the house. My family just brushed the whole thing off, despite me being adamant of what I saw. Anyway, fast forward a few years, I'm in high school at this point, and we start renovating the house. While stripping the wallpaper in the master bedroom, we found out it was painted pink. This still low-key freaks me
Spooky.
out.
How old was he when they did the showing? Or she?
It doesn't say. It just says that they were a kid. when I was a kid, we moved into a new house.
Yeah, and like kids are so susceptible to that.
Oh yeah, they are way more intuitive than adults because adults just think everything's fake.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's spooky.
Yes.
Oliver used to always, when we moved into our house, when he was little, he would always talk about his ghost friend.
Oh my gosh.
Like, we'd be, like, driving up the road, and he'd be like, oh, my ghost friend's not home. Where does he go? I don't know.
All right, this one is... I always make a habit of knocking or ringing my doorbell even if the house is vacant. My clients and I were standing on the porch as I rang the doorbell of a vacant house, and we all distinctly heard, "Who is it?" in a gruff little old lady's voice. We all looked at each other. I asked if they heard it, and they nodded their heads up and down. We went in, checked out the house and all the closets, but found no one. We didn't make an offer, needless to say.
Yikes.
Ooh.
Years ago, I had a listing that a seller said was haunted by a young boy. When my article came out in the newspaper for advertisement of the new listing, there was a young, dark figure of a boy standing in the doorway of the picture.
Ooh.
Could you imagine getting listing photos done and like seeing someone in them?
But you
I
don't
would
see
die.
it until you put it in the newspaper.
I would die.
That happens, so that's like a common thing. You take the photos and nothing's there, and then like months
When
later
you
you'll see
develop
it.
them, that's crazy. Ooh,
Because I've had people show me pictures of like, yeah, when I looked at this after I took it, there was nothing there, and I went back to show someone the picture like 2 months later, and like it was just there.
That's so creepy. I had a client a couple of years ago who was eccentric, to say the least. Every time I showed him a house and we got to the basement, he would make a comment about how many bodies he could hide in it. Pretty nice guy, though.
That's somebody you let go into the basement.
Oh,
on their
yeah,
own.
I'm not going
Yeah.
in any basement with you, sir.
Don't follow. Oh my gosh. I was showing a home this past spring, and as we were coming down from the walk-up attic, the door slammed in my face. I pretended that it was no big deal, but I was instantly unsettled and couldn't wait to leave.
I was like,
No, right? You just come down crying. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. You want this one? All right, let's get out of here and do the papers. Oh my gosh. An agent I know had a listing whose owner kept taking it off the market, then back on, then off again, because she claimed that the ghost of her deceased husband was telling her to do so. That's a client that you want to work with.
I've been like, I just don't think that we're
A good
not a good
match.
fit.
Yeah. It's not working out. It's me, not you.
Poor lady, though.
I know. Oh, that is sad. I was showing a home built in the 1800s. The kitchen was actually located in the basement. When I went to get the lockbox key, my client told me that the door to the basement kitchen was unlocked. So we went ahead and went in that way. We pulled the door closed behind us, but didn't touch any locking mechanisms. We proceeded to preview the home. We decided to exit the same way we came in, but when we went to open that door, it was locked. That creeped us all out, so we ran upstairs and fortunately were able to get out the back door. Doesn't this make you want to go show some houses?
No.
kitchen in the basement.
That's
I know.
weird.
That's super weird. Like, do you think there was window, like the little basement windows, or do you think like it was more
I think
exposed?
that was probably the help's kitchen. Like I don't think that was like the actual kitchen.
And then they just like took out the one upstairs,
Yeah, or
remodeled.
something, or like it was like it had to have been something.
It's
like,
from Virginia. It's a
yeah,
Virginia
so it was
home.
definitely like a hidden. This is for the slave
kitchen.
seller. Yeah. Creepy.
I showed a house once, and the only thing in the house were 2 boxes in the bedroom closet, each box containing the ashes of the owners.
That's sad.
That's awful.
Whose
Who would
family
leave
sells the
that?
house and it's like, we're just gonna.
I mean, people's urns end up at freaking
Goodwill.
yeah.
Mhm.
Like-
No, that's sad.
It's wicked sad. Who just like donates the.
I'm just
I don't
buy
care
it. I'll
how
buy it if I
crappy
see
of
it.
a relationship you have with somebody. Like, how can you just? I don't know. Yeah, that's
I think you should buy them if you see them and then go like empty them somewhere nice.
yeah,
Keep
right
them.
in the ocean.
My mom emptied, I think it was like my meme's ashes or something on her favorite garden, my meme's favorite garden. She had like all these peonies. And she took a picture and got the pictures developed, and the peonies were literally like glowing. It was the craziest shit.
Oh my
We
gosh,
showed the pictures.
that's cool.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I miss
What do you think?
disposable camera era.
I found one in Josh's.
Dan's grandpa Phil brought one to Mother's Day last year and this year, and he makes us take pictures.
Our Florida trip, I took pictures. I found an unused disposable camera in Josh's grandfather's house, and I took a Polaroid camera from there too and bought film, and I've been taking
That's
Polaroids.
cool.
I have
home.
I have a big Polaroid camera too, but the film is
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Adeline just has one of those new little
The Instax ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have
Those are
like
fun,
the
too.
They are fun.
I don't know, but I can hook it up to my phone too.
Oh, cute.
I grabbed a fucking 70s Polaroid camera.
Those are cool though.
I don't want to go showing houses now.
No.
Do you
I
have
wanna
any
go to
showings
Runnings.
today?
No, I had 3 yesterday, and one of them was a catfish, and I'm pissed. I actually literally put in the
That was the white one with the little porch.
I put it.
There was only one photo though. That sketched me out.
Well, I put it in the feedback. I was like, you should probably put updated listing photos. My client wouldn't even get out of her car. But yeah, you know how old agents are always like,
Update
I
your
want
listing
feedback.
photos.
I'm like, here's your fucking feedback.
Yeah.
Put up an accurate listing
Yeah.
photo.
Yeah,
that's
bad.
deceptive.
That's
Is
bad.
wasting time.
Yeah.
You know, it would be one thing if
In the
The-
comments it says you can't even walk in, like tear down.
Literally.
or you know what I mean,
It
if
was
you used an
bad.
old photo and I don't
Like,
the
you
house
have-
Or
was a
just like
different
put
color.
it up.
You have land with an old shitty house on it, and you like disclosed that.
I didn't post a picture of it. 'Cause
No,
I
but-
did, but I said it. There is an old, dilapidated house on the land. Like
Yeah.
it's unlivable, full tear down.
Yeah,
People
like,
still
even-
keep going to
even
look,
in the
hoping
agent
it's
remarks.
salvageable.
Even in the agent remarks, just put like only listing photo available. It's an old listing photo because I showed up. I had to like pull up the listing to be like, is this actually like? I didn't even think it was the house. I thought I was in the wrong place.
Wow.
And then I was like, nope, that's it. Thanks
That
for
sucks.
wasting my fucking time.
Yeah,
You
that's
should use
terrible.
this. You should use this. Oh, please be yes. Hi Nick, how are you? That's okay.
Maybe we should.
Oh,
end this.
okay, so I got a call last night from the buyer's agent. That